everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome to today's playthrough video. Today I am playing Arkham Horror the card game. Specifically, I am playing the brand new, as of today's date, The Drowned City. This is the new campaign for Arkham Horror the card game that has just been released by Fantasy Flight. This is my first time playing it. I have chosen Ursula Downs and Leo Anderson. Leo is the expedition leader. Ursula is called the Explorer, and I'll tell you why I picked them in a minute. She is I forget what the word is. He's protection more, and she's more about the books. So, Arkham Horror: The Drowned City. Let me read you the prologue, which is what I'm playing today. You suppress a shiver in the cool spring air as you wait under a flickering street lamp. Tonight is the last night of your employee under Randall Tillinghast, a local curio dealer. The antiquarian's latest shipment from New Orleans has gone missing, and he has tasked you with its recovery. This is just the latest in a string of risky and often illicit errands for the cunning old man. Tonight's job should pay almost enough to satisfy the rest of your debt to Tillinghast. Both of your informants arrive on time. Ruby Standish, infamous jewel thief, approaches with a knowing smirk. The plucky reporter, Andy Van Northwick, comes soon after. Tillinghast seems to draw the most eclectic mix of specialists who owe him favors. Between Ruby and Andy's accounts, you piece together a rough idea of the shipment's location. I tracked it from the warehouse in Southside to a few black market dealers in Rivertown. No luck, I'm afraid, Ruby says. Andy takes off his hat and wipes his brow. I nearly bought it in a firefight downtown. Sounds like the Sheldons and O'Banions are at it again. The two gangs are in the midst of another turf war, something about a load of missing hooch. It's possible the missing shipment was just scooped up with the gang's actual mark. You shiver as a chill stirs the air. Ruby smiles rakishly. What do you say to a little wager? Double or nothing? The first one to score the shipment gets it all. I hope you're ready to lose, she smirks. Before you can reply, she has already melted into the darkness. Alright, I've gone ahead and shuffled the deck. I've set up the locations. We have Easttown, Downtown, Northside, Rivertown, Miskatonic University, and Tillinghast Esoterica, where I will be starting. I've already created their decks. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle while I explain to you what's going on. So, Tillinghast is a character in some of the Arkham Horror novels. He's kind of questionable. He's got this curio shop, and it always has strange relics and bad things in it. And he's also quite mysterious himself. He tends to draw favors through debts, and apparently my two investigators owe him a debt or two. So Ursula and Leo, they typically work together. They're explorers of the Dark Continent. But right now, they're back in the U.S. in Arkham, and they are looking to pay off whatever favor or debt they owe Tillinghast, and so they are going to be my investigators. Let me go ahead and read you the agenda, and then I'll read you the act. The agenda says, the moon casts long shadows that reach across the ground like searching fingers. You've always seen this city as home, but tonight Arkham feels like another place entirely. So it requires 7 doom on it to flip, and it says, after the last clue is discovered from an Arkham location, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck, one at a time, and spawn any criminal enemy discarded this way at the nearest empty location. So criminals are going to be spawned at various locations. The act, which requires 4 clues to advance, 2 per investigator, it says, you need to find out what happened to Tillinghast's shipment. With the increased gang activity all over Rivertown, you think that checking in with the Sheldons and the O'Banions is the best place to start. As a fast action, you can spend X clues, where X, it says parlay. Discard an engaged criminal enemy with X remaining health at your location. So, you get clues, you go talk to people, and you try to run them off. And then it says, place a clue from the token pool on this act. At the end of the round, if the number of clues on this act equals or exceeds 4, advance. Okay, so basically this is a talking, learning, investigating phase. All right, that's fine. Let's go ahead and draw my cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab 2. 5 for Leo. Let's see what he's got. Now remember, you can mulligan if you draw a weakness or a hand you don't like. Dodge and beat cop are good. All of these are pretty good, but I would really like a weapon. So I'm going to get rid of emergency cash and 1-2 punch, and I'm going to draw 2 more. I got a guard dog, and I did not get a weapon I needed, and that's okay, and these get shuffled back in. It's always good to have a weapon in this game, and Leo has quite a bunch. Alright, so shuffled and done. Let's draw Ursula's deck. I've already shuffled it, but I'll shuffle it a few more times for you. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, not bad. Deduction, play only during your round. Okay, research librarian and feed the mind. I'm going to keep deduction. I don't need emergency cash right now. Cash. This one would be good. Research librarian. After research, search the deck for a tome. That could be good. And feed the mind. Spend a secret for each point you succeed. Now, I'm going to get rid of that one. So I'm going to get rid of 2. We're going to draw 2. So I got hyper awareness and an ally. Okay. All right. These go back in, and it is time to start. Now I'm starting at Tillinghast's Esoterica. So I'm going to go ahead and flip that over and see where we are. It has 2 clues on it, and it says, and it has a 3 shroud. Tillinghast's Esoterica is connected to the location to the right of it, and vice versa. As an action, investigators at this location may spend 1 clue per player, so 2 clues as a group. In your campaign log, record, the investigators have discovered an alien language. Alright, so 1 clue per. So if I get these 2 clues, I can immediately go ahead and succeed at that. So the person that has the best investigate is Ursula, so I'm going to have her go first. What did I do with my cards? Here it is. Alright, so his deck is here, her deck is there. Ursula, if this skill is successful while investigating, discover another clue. So I can if I succeed, I can get another one. This one says, after you move to a location, take an investigate action. Oh, that's neat. And that's a free action. Fast. After you move, take an investigate. You can do it once per round. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and have her play deduction. And she, if this test is successful, so she gets 1, so it's 5 versus 3, and I really want to succeed at this, so I think I'm going to go, no, I don't want to go, can he contribute anything? Any investigator at your location can contribute up to 1 card. Now, unexpected would work. That would give me 2. That would take me to 4, 5... That would take me to 7 versus 3. But I think I'm going to be okay. I think 5 versus 3 will go ahead and do that. All right. So let's go ahead and shake it up. 5 versus 3. And I got the skull. The skull is minus X. X is the number of enemies in play. There are none. So I do succeed, and I get both clues. That was her first action. And for her second action, she will do this. I will spend the 2. And I write in discovered an alien language. So under the drowned city here, I'm going to put a star. These are the things I go back to. Discovered alien language. Can't even spell language right. Alright, done. And she's got 1 more turn. Now if she moves, it says if you do a move action, she can do an investigate. So maybe if I pick the right look, well, I can only move to 1 place. I can only move to Miskatonic University because there's these are the only 2 that are connected. So for my third and final action, I will move here. I flip it over. There are 4 clues here. Is that right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it says, as an action, search the top 6 cards of your deck for a tome or spell. She only has 1 or 2 tomes in her deck, so that's kind of, search the top 6 cards, add it to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. Not sure that's a valuable one. Alright, it's got a Shroud of 4, but she gets a free investigate, so we might as well try and take advantage of that. She really, I think getting this ally out The first move or investigate you perform each turn does not provoke an attack of opportunity. After you reveal a location or put a location, exhaust, draw a card. Shoot. All right, I tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and bring an ally out and wait for Jake to get here. Okay, so this is my discard pile and this is my hand pile. Let's put this under here. Okay, I spend 3 to bring out Jake. Jake has 3 health and 2 sanity. It says the first move or investigate you perform each turn does not provoke an attack of opportunity. That's pretty cool. All right, she is done, and that leaves Leo. All right, Leo's first action will be to move here. He has a 3 investigate, which is not really good versus these. Now remember, it says after the last clue is discovered from an Arkham location. Now this is not an Arkham location because it doesn't have the keyword Arkham on it. This one doesn't. So I can't do that discard 3 and bring out a criminal, which is unfortunate. So what can he do? Well, I guess he can move around and reveal things. Let's go ahead and have him move here for his second action. That will reveal Rivertown. It has 2 clues. Oh, look, it has 1 shroud on it. He could do that. So, but you have to remove all clues from a location before you can look for enemies. All right, so Leo will do an investigate for his third and final, and he can. Now he has a fast. After your turn begins, play an ally asset, reducing its cost by 1. Now he does have a guard dog that costs 3, and I could play this for a cost of 2. Because he can't do 2 investigates, so he's going to leave 1 of these on here no matter what. So maybe I bring an ally out. Or he brings the beat cop out. Let's do the beat cop. I'll spend 4 to bring out the beat cop. And he has 2 health, 2 sanity. And he gives me +1 fight. And as a fast action, I can discard him and do an extra damage to an enemy. Or I deal an enemy point to an enemy. All right, that is it for Leo. Now, enemy phase. There are no enemies, so it goes to upkeep. I flip these over. Everybody gets a resource and a card. Leo draws his weapon, a 45 automatic. Excellent. And Ursula draws Tooth of Edste, a relic. All right, she will put that in her hand. And now it goes to the Doom phase. We place a Doom token, 1 out of 7. And then we draw cards. You do this in the order of how they activated. So Ursula went first, so she draws Dissonant Voices. Put it into play in your area. You cannot play assets or events. At the end of the round, discard it. All right, so she is hearing voices. Leo draws Crypt Chill. Test 4 will. If you fail, choose and discard 1 asset you control. So my asset is Beat Cop, so this is not good. 4 will. His will is 4. Let's see if I have anything. I'm going to contribute Unexpected Courage to raise it to 6. 6 versus 4. Zero. So I pass it, and nothing happens. That's good. All right. It is now my turn. Ursula needs to get all these clues off. The first move or investigate you perform after you reveal location or put a location in play, exhaust, and draw a card. All right, so she's going to try and... Now, she cannot play assets or events. Playing them means putting them into play with... But I believe I can use them to... maybe not. I don't know if I can contribute cards or not. I have to look that up. It doesn't matter. I don't have any investigate, so that wouldn't matter anyway. So let's try and clear off these clues. She is a 4 versus 4. Now remember, her special ability is after you move, take an investigate action. So she could move here and get an investigate for free, but let's do this. First investigate, we're going to try to clear one of here. So she is 4 versus 4. Ooh, auto fail. Second turn, 4v4. 0, she passes. She gets a clue. And then final third one, she's 4v4. auto fail. That's not good. All right, she is done. Leo, reset. Leo will investigate. He, after your begins to play an ally asset, reducing his cost. You know what? I get one back. Because I paid 4 for the beat cop when I should have paid 3 because he was my first asset. All right, let's go ahead and investigate. His investigate is 3 versus 1. So he'll investigate 3 versus 1. Wait, let me look at my cards first. Maybe I have something that'll help me. I do not. All right, 3 versus 1. 0. I do. I got a clue. All right. Second action. 3 versus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2, and I got the last one. This is clear, and this says fast. After the last clue is discovered, discard the top 3 cards one at a time. Spawn each criminal at an empty location. All right, so we'll go 1. Nope. 2. Nope. 3. Nope. And I did shuffle this, by the way, very well. So no criminals. He is done. Wait, he's got a third turn. That was a fast action. So for his third turn, I cannot play another ally, but I can play the weapon for 4. Unfortunately, I don't have 4. I only have 3. So I'm not going to play that. Instead, I'm going to draw a card for my third and final action, and I got manual dexterity. All right, that is it for his turn. He's done. It is now the enemy phase. There are no enemies in play. We do upkeep. Each person gets a resource and a card. We have something worth fighting for. Not a bad card to have. It gives him extra will. Sanity. And this one, Feed the Mind. I already got rid of that one, but I'll take it. It's fine. All right, that is the end of the round. It's the end of the round, so I get rid of Dissonant Voices. It is the Mythos phase. We put a number 2 here, and we draw a card. Ursula went first. She's got Rotting Remains. Test 3 will. For each point you fail, take a horror. Her will is 3. Okay. I don't want to burn Tooth of Ezra. It's a good one. So I'm going to hold on to it. So she's just 3 versus 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. I failed it by 2, so I take 2 horror. And unfortunately, where did I do with my little blue icon here for track? Oh, there it is. So she normally is at 7, and she's lost 2, so she's down to 5. You know what? I'm going to take 1, and I'm going to put 1 on Jake. Not a heart, a sanity. Horror. All right, that's her draw. And Leo draws a gang soldier. Here we go. All right, so it spawns at his location. It has 2 fight and 2 health. Now the good news is, spend X clues, discard an engaged criminal with X remaining health at your location. It has 2 health, and I have 2 clues, so I can discard this and put a clue over there, which will be good. All right, so that is the end of the Mythos phase. My turn. Let's go ahead and deal with Leo. Leo, as a fast action, spend X clues where X is remaining health. 2 health. I will spend these 2 clues, and it says I can put 1 here, place 1 clue, and it says discard the enemy. Okay, so this guy goes over here. That was a fast action, not a real action, so I didn't burn one of my actions. He has 6 sanity and 8 health, and her health is 7. All right. What do I want to do? I guess I should move. We'll go to East Town for 1 move and reveal it. 2 shroud and 2 clues. While you are in East Town, reduce the cost of each ally asset you play by 2. Wow. I wish I could get more than 1 ally out, but that's not going to help me right now. Okay. He moved. We'll go ahead and do let's do a investigate. Try to get these clues off. Do I have anything that will help me? No. All right. So 3 versus 2. So for his second action, he'll investigate. Ooh, auto succeed. Auto succeed is +2, so I do a 5 versus 2. Search the top 3 cards of your deck for an ally and draw it. Shuffle your deck. Well, I don't need any more allies, but I'll take the top 3. One, Alex is an ally, so I will take her. And then it says shuffle your deck. All right. So now I have another ally in my hand. Allies are good. They can take damage for you, and they can give you special abilities, so I'll try not to use them up. All right, so that is in my hand. For my... I moved was one action. Second action was I did an investigate. Wait, hold on. Did I just do an investigate? I did a... Yeah, I get one. One clue. All right, and for my third and final action, I could get out his weapon, which could be helpful. I've got 4, or I get that clue, and I get to possibly search for another bad guy. I'm going to do the weapon. I need a weapon. So I'm going to spend 4, and I get how many bullets? 4 bullets. 3, 4. Yep. All right, and that is the end of his turn. Put this back in the bag. And it is Ursula's turn. He's gone. Ursula has 3 more clues. Exhaust, feed the mind, spend a secret, test 1 wheel. For each point you succeed, draw a card. I don't want that. Play during your turn. Until then your turn, you use book. Okay, no. No. Hyper-awareness. Here we go. This would be good. For my first action, I'm going to spend 2 to get hyper-awareness in. So as an action, I can spend resources to bump up my agility or my investigate, which is what I'm going to do this round. I'm going to play Feed the Mind for 1 + 1. So I'm at 5. 5 versus 4. And then I'm going to spend a resource to make it 6 versus 4. 6 versus 4. I do it, 6-0, so I get another clue. And that was her second action. And for her third and final action, I only have 1 resource left. And if I investigate, that would be 5 versus 4, which is not great odds, but I got to clear this. And why? Because it's going to give me 1 victory point, which is an XP. Anytime you clear all the clues off of a location, you're going to get, not all of them, but if it has victory points, you have to clear them all, and then you get XP for that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to investigate 1 more time, and I'm going to spend my last resource to bump it up to 5 versus 4. And I got the auto succeed, +1, and after this test you may move to a connecting location. Well, that would put me here, and I really don't want to move there. So, but I do succeed, and I get another clue, and she is done, and that is it. She's done. All right, end of the turn. No enemies. I discarded that enemy. So we flip these over. Everybody gets a resource. I am all out of resources. Reset their turn markers. And then they get a card. Leo draws Greta, another ally. I've got more allies in my hand than I have ever had in my entire time of playing this game. I've got 1, 2, 3. 3 allies plus 1 out in play already. And Ursula draws Lita Chandler, another good ally. Okay, man, all my allies are now out. Or they're in my hand or in play. All right, that's it. We place a Doom token, 3 out of 7. And we draw cards. Leo went first this turn, so he draws. And he's got Swarm of Rats. Easy to kill, fairly easy. And Ursula draws Locked Door. Attached to the location with the most clues. Well, it's 1 and 1. The attached location cannot be investigated. As an action, you have to test 4 strength to break down the door, or 4 agility to pick the lock. Then you can discard it. Leo's punch is 4. I'm going to put it on Easttown. Put it on Easttown. Let him deal with it. Because he can punch that door down. And that is it. So on Leo's turn, he's going to have to deal with these rats before he can do anything else. So the beat comp gives him +5 fight, +1. He is at 5 versus 1. Basically, auto fails what I don't want to draw. The skull. The skull is... X is the number of criminal enemies. Rats are not criminals. So I do defeat the rats. And that's it. So that was my first turn. Second turn, I'm going to punch this door, which is 4, 5, 5 versus 4. Do I shoot the door? That's a waste of a bullet. 5 versus 4. I'll try those odds. So for my second action, I'm going to try and kick the door down. Actually, hold on. I probably have a card I can contribute. Vicious Blow. No. That does +1 damage if you throw it in for an attack. You know what? The guard dog, I'm going to contribute the guard dog for 1, only because I've got an ally out, and the guard dog goes away if it takes 1 sanity. So I'll donate that one. It's 5 versus 4, plus the beat cop is 6 versus 4. 6 versus 4. Auto fail. That was a waste. All right, third and final action. I'll try it again. This time I'll get rid of... Well, I'll do Vicious Blow. That'll put me back up to 6 versus 4 again. 6 0 minus 0, and I do. I beat the door down, which means on my next turn I'll be able to investigate this. All right, so he is done. And Ursula has not gone yet, so she's got 1 clue left. Yep, she's just going to have to do a straight investigate. 4, I'll spend my clue to make it 5 versus 4. 5 versus 4, come on. 0, I got it. Got the last clue. So, as a fast action, she can discard the top 3 to try to get a criminal. Nope. 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 No criminals. Man, come on. And the criminals are what you need. You need them to get clues. I need 4 clues here. So we're running out of deck here. All right. So that was her first action. For her second action, she will move here. And for her third action, she will move here. And she is done. All right. No enemies. So do upkeep. They each get a resource. And we draw a card. Leo draws Dynamite. That could come in handy. And Ursula draws Mind Over Matter again. I don't like that one. All right. I mean, I like it, but it's not helping me right now. All right. That is the end of the upkeep. We place a Doom. 4 out of 7. Ugh. And who went first? Leo went first. So Leo draws a Swarm of Rats again. And Ursula draws Drawn to Darkness. Put Drawn to Darkness in your threat area. Limit 1 per investigator. Your maximum hand size is reduced by 3. My hand size right now is 5. Minus 3 is 2. I have to go down to 2. When your turn ends, if you have no cards in hand, discard it. Okay, so I got to go down to 2. 1, 2, 3. I'll get rid of these 3. So I'm down to 2. And this is still here. So on my next turn, I need to get rid of these so I can get rid of this. That's her draw. He draw around. All right, that's it. All right, so once again, I got to do these stupid rats. I am at 4 versus 1. I'm at beat cop +1. I'm 5 versus 1. 5 plus 1 is 6, and he gets the last clue. So with the last clue as a fast action, I can go 1, 2. Oh, we got a criminal. All right. Gang informant. Put it at an empty. It says put it at the nearest. Discarded this way at the nearest empty. The nearest empty is going to be. All right. Well, there's the bell. That means this video is up. I'll be back next week with the next part of this episode. Until then, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back again in a week with Arkham Horror, the card game. I'll see you then. Everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.